Bobbi Althoff's Really Good podcast started extremely strong, gaining millions of views with unique celebrity interviews.
Right.
However, in just a year and a half, her viewership has basically flatlined, with almost 300,000 people agreeing I've never seen an industry plant fall off harder than she did. Her career began on TikTok in 2021, making dry, sarcastic content on the topic of being a mother. She'd make only 26 videos before beginning the Really Good podcast, to which she'd adapt her dry, sarcastic style.
I think we look alike.
Kind of, but not really.
A little. You're like me in a different font.
The snippet quickly racked up almost 10 million views.
Wow.
The style was an instant success. This entire interview is like the calmest argument in history, and I love it. The snippets from her next episode went equally viral.
The clips did really, really well on TikTok. So I was like, okay, I guess I like have something here.
But it was the episode with Funny Marco that completely changed everything. Because not only did the segments again pull crazy numbers, but the full episode gained over 5 million views without a single hate comment anywhere in sight.
Yeah, damn.
It's rare that two people I've never heard of make me laugh for an hour straight. This was special. This is hilarious. Marco has found the white woman version of himself. This should be a permanent duo. This is just the most cross-cultural, funny, awkward humor. People loved the honest branding of new episode whenever I can get someone to agree to let me interview them, the next of which being a very important person.
My video with Marco went very viral. Like, very viral. And Drake liked one of the videos I had uploaded. And he followed me.
Bobbi therefore tried to get him
I thought she was 41. Never mind.
I'm gonna like shoot my shot to Drake. So I was like, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he just was
He said,
game right away.
he was ready to do it.
Landing Drake as her 4th ever podcast guest. From an entertainment standpoint, the episode was basically perfect. Not only had she landed Drake, who never does podcasts, but she'd done so in a funny, intimate setting, whilst keeping it calm and relaxed, to the extent that people thought they were just old friends.
The fact that you were so calm next to Champagne Poppy, because if I was in a bed next to Drake, I would be freaking out.
It therefore gained 10 million views in only 2
You
weeks,
would've thought,
and
Bobbi?
added 700,000 subscribers to Bobbi's total count. However, as summarized by a tweet reading, Drake giveth and Drake taketh away, Bobbi's interview with Drake began to ruin her reputation.
Why?
During the podcast, Bobbi had asked,
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
and when Drake said that Bobbi should get with his friend, she seemed kind of interested.
If I could hook you up with anyone, it would be my dog Smigs.
Smigs?
A dog?
Smigs. Smiley.
Can you tell me about Smiley?
Let me show you a picture of him.
He's a Labrador Retriever.
Is he well known, or are you just a friend of yours?
The Funny Marco interview had a similar interaction,
Are you hitting on me?
You're not my type.
What's your type?
with Bobbi stating she started the podcast for the following reason.
To have a way to meet people, and the podcast, I was like, I wish I could have like collaborate with other people.
Meeting new people likely wasn't sinister, but flirting with famous musicians seemed to annoy her husband, who filed for divorce only 6 days after she recorded the podcast with Drake.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you've got your wife doing shit like this, she's obviously farming. And I bet there was probably something going on behind the scenes. Because if this is all of what happened, I think it's like, if your girlfriend is going out, like, it's like if you're dating an actress or something like that. Yeah, it's their fucking job to act weird and to fuck around. There's probably a lot more to this. And this was probably the last straw. Yeah, exactly, right? He saw the writing on the wall.
To make matters worse, Bobbi also admitted,
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday
You missed your daughter's first birthday for
to be here.
Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible parenting.
showing she was kind of ditching her family for social media fame.
Is it kind of strange to anyone else that this woman who is married with children is constantly asking during these interviews with these rappers if basically they would go out with her, if basically they would sleep with her if they like her?
She'd confirmed the
I
divorce
don't
in
even think that's what it is. I think it's honestly that she's just boring and she just does the same joke over and over. I don't think there's really a whole lot to it. There's not like a fucking, you know, some massive issue. Like, that's it. Yeah. She just farming, exactly.
TikTok post with comments stating celebrity status always ruins the best things
sure
in
does.
life. On Reddit, people stated, she got famous and he stayed the same. Few marriages survived that, whilst the rumors likely didn't help.
It's like, I feel like as a streamer, like this happens a lot where if you're a guy and you interact with a female streamer, there are going to be people that make weird comments about it on YouTube or in chat. Like, this is just what happens. And if you are a very jealous, insecure person, Ninja said it. Yeah, Ninja. And the thing is that, like, I've had this happen before, and you just have to... It's a fucking job, man. Like, you do your job. And, like, if the partner isn't happy with it... Like, I'm the kind of person that I wouldn't have a problem with my girlfriend doing stuff like this, but I also don't think that somebody who does have a problem with it is fundamentally wrong. It's ultimately, it comes down to like how it makes you feel. Like it doesn't affect the way that I feel, but if it affects the way somebody else feels, they're totally valid in that. Cuck, maybe you like, I don't, it doesn't bother me, right? I mean, it's the same as like I'm not attracted to guys. I'm not. So, like, I can't, like, think myself into a position where I am. It's just not how I feel. That's it.
Did Bobbi Althoff cheat with Drake quickly became a mainstream narrative. Suggesting a conspiracy was when Bobbi deleted the podcast, with Drake and Bobbi both unfollowing each other on Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports therefore sent her a text. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. Bobbi replied, I'm not commenting publicly but off the record. You're right, that is not true. She'd share the text to her story adding, I did not want to do this podcast in the first place, and now so much negativity is...
She didn't want to do it? Well, then why did she do it? What? I don't understand. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it.
Coming from it. I'm going to leave it alone after this, but this is the uncensored dam between Dave and I, although despite denying the rumors, the narrative was set. Bobbi Althoff left her husband to thot around with rappers.
Would you date someone that looks like me? Because there's just a person.
What does that mean?
Like, looks exactly like me. They have a twin.
Maybe.
If I had a twin,
Maybe.
would you date them?
If she was like cool and like, you know.
The damage this did to Bobbi's image could be seen on her husband's Instagram, with comments reading, sorry that your ex sold you out for clout and fame, after which everything Bobbi did became
I think also a lot of people, like what she's doing kind of is personal for a lot of people, where they have like a girlfriend or they had an experience where like a girl ignored them for being around like a person who is in one way or another better than them. So this happening kind of made it personal for them. It's kids. Well, no, like the kids make it worse, right? There's a lot of things that make it worse, but that's it. The NTR route? Yeah, exactly. Not everybody's into NTR.
Kind of
There's a lot of people that don't like it,
For example,
actually.
she'd do a podcast with Lil Yachty, with people calling her ungrateful after she said this.
What?
I walked into his house and it was super awkward because like he's really kind of awkward. He didn't even like say hi to me. He's just sitting there with like his two assistants, and then he comes up, he's like, oh hi, gives me like a half hug, and I'm just like, hi, then goes back to his spot, and I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do this. I'm texting my friend like, Ashley, I need to leave, this is so awkward, I don't want to, like, what am I doing here?
She wants to make awkward content and then puts Yachty on blast.
Here's another mistake she made. She broke character. You never break character. I don't know why people don't understand that. Yeah, never fucking break character. It's that simple.
Shaking my head. Gave her a platform and now she's shitting on y'all. See what happens? People then claimed that her fast rise to fame was orchestrated by her management company.
I'm pretty sure somebody at WME started help pulling the strings to set all this in motion.
Who also managed some of the people who appeared on Bobbi's show.
Well, you got a great agent and you got a great agency and you got great guests.
Bobbi simply trolled the claims, but there were other inconsistencies. For example, she constantly claimed that she was broke.
People think I'm joking about being in debt. I'm not. Like, I put every penny I had into this podcast.
And told Mark Cuban this.
I don't have any money.
None?
At all. I have debt, actually.
You have debt? How much debt do you have?
Like $20,000 of debt.
Then further
That's
added
not that much. Also, like, if you I'm going to be honest, as somebody who does YouTube, and I make content online, has it ever occurred to you that maybe if you're, like, maybe you're doing something wrong? Like, everybody always acts like this is some sort of, like, it just, like, happens to you. Has it ever occurred that the reason why you owe people money and you don't have any money is a result of the way that you spend your money? Maybe debt doesn't just happen to you. Like, it's not like you're walking down the street and $20,000? What the fuck? Come on, guys. It's ridiculous.
in her Rick Glassman podcast.
Every time a credit card maxes out, I have to switch to another. I have like 2 cards maxed out right now.
I think she's full of shit. I don't even think this is true. I think that she's trying to say this in order to be relatable to like the boring, quirky millennial girls that watch this shit. That's what I think it is. I think it's like, yeah, I'm trying to be relatable to like the weird, awkward, socially avoidant, annoying people that watch stuff like this. It's like basically Audrey Plaza with less charisma.
So, hoping to pay them off soon.
However, people realized she spent $500 on Chloe Sanders.
Look, somebody's
She's
gotta
not
say
broke,
it.
she is
Hey.
broken. Also noting that her husband was on Chloe Sanders.
Spend $500. Yeah, she's trying to act like that so she can be relatable. That's what the difference is. Yeah, that's so true. I'm just saying. She's smart. Yeah.
She is not broke, she is broken. Also noting that her husband was a millionaire who had 170,000 students who'd bought his $43 course.
Yeah, that's an easy, like probably 4 or 5 mil. That's a lot.
Eventually, Bobbi also revealed that the podcast wasn't serious.
So when you interview these people, you're not Bobbi necessarily.
No, yeah, I'm just like a really dry person.
Deleting
Never fucking break character. Never fucking do that. Oh my God, why do people do this? It's the illusion is broken, yes. Like, you broke character? The problem is that when I break character, it's to become a worse version of the character. That's the difference. It's like, you thought this was bad. Wait a minute, wait till you hear this.
Or the magic that first made her interesting. We mentioned that when she first interviewed Marco, there were no negative comments. However, 3 months later when Reddit asked thoughts on Bobbi Althoff, there wasn't a single positive comment. Annoying ASF and not funny at all.
I think also people don't like, it's like a Reddit, it's like the Reddit catch-22. Reddit wants to be able to make people popular, but they don't want people to get popular. So a lot of times when people enjoy a large amount of popularity, they also incur an audience of people that become hate watchers. Because people, what I think internet users really love is they love the power fantasy of being able to bring somebody up. But you know what? The only thing they like more than that is the power fantasy of being able to bring somebody down. And so when a person rises to a level of popularity where internet users feel like they no longer have an agency over controlling their image, then they learn to resent that person. And this happens a lot with people. Yeah, this is the gooning and hating. They build you up and they tear you down. And if they can't tear you down, then they hate you.
Can't stand her, don't
It's just-
find
it's
her
just how
funny,
the internet
and
is.
find it odd that rappers are always her targets to pick on like she's better than them. Gives me the ick. I watched a few of her interviews. I just don't find her
No. The reason why she does it, here's the reason. It's because she's like this weird, basic, boring white girl that's like super milquetoast, like average every day, and she's awkward, and then she's supposed to go with like these cool guy rappers, like, oh yeah, he's got chains on, everything. So like it's supposed to be like the juxtaposition creates the like the implicit like culture divide, and that is the entertaining meta of the podcast. But the problem is that if you play that so many times, it stops being interesting. And like if you compare that, and this is the difference, compare that with Nardwuar, right? Who's been doing content with rappers for years, who is drastically different from rappers, but he's so authentic, he's so honest, and he's so wholesome that people still love him, right? So like you can do that, but you have to do it in an authentic way. And that's the issue.
Funny or charismatic enough to pull off the shtick. I can see why she's popular though. This kind of awkward cringe humor is having a moment.
Yeah, the people, like, I'm gonna be honest, I think that a lot of the awkward cringe humor just isn't really funny, and I think also it runs its course. So like a really great example of this is Zach Galifianakis Between Two Ferns, and he did this podcast with people that was pretty much very similar to this, but it had a different audience slightly, and it was really popular for a while, and then he stopped doing it because it kind of ran its course. Yeah, that's what happens. It's funny for a while, and then people are like, okay, now what? Barack Obama episode? Yeah, it was great.
Only 4 days after that Reddit thread, it was reviewed as the not-so-really good podcast, which stated the content itself is boring. The episodes also lack direction and a central theme, probably because they only consist of small talk.
That's why a lot of podcasts like that are popular. It's the same reason why that Talk to a podcast is popular. It's boring, surface level, brain dead, brain rot content for people that are even more boring than the people that are doing the podcast. They very rarely talk about issues that have any sort of like real teeth to them. There's never any conversations that happen that are beyond surface level. And the reason why is that the audience of people that watch these shows are people that collect Funko Pops and they call them their personality. These are basically NPC shows for NPC viewers. That's the reason. I'm just going to say it.
The podcast fails to deliver anything substantial or thought-provoking. Instead, it provides a glimpse into how celebrities behave in casual settings, which may seem intriguing to some, but ultimately failed to engage me.
Well, that's because it's not how they behave in a casual setting. It's not a casual setting. It's a recorded performance. Like this whole idea, like this is one thing, it's another like internet fucking delusion, is that watching people on the TV is like being around them in real life. It's just like, come on.
Another person said that Bobbi's podcast sadly points out how real hip-hop journalism has been practically erased, while even Funny Marco began to critique her show.
With me, it was like, I think you're funny, Marco, but let me learn about you. Like, trying to figure me out. But now it's like the interviews, I think they're like, she's trying to shit on people. And when I watch the interview...
Well, it becomes formulaic, too. And then also, there's probably an ego that's attached to it. Because, like, this girl gets really popular really fast, and then she thinks that she's on the same level as somebody like Drake or Lil Yachty. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, that's what it is. And it's like, the thing is that you should never think that you're on the same level as somebody and use that as a justification to treat them in a way that's disrespectful. Like, the way that I treat a person that's at CMART is the same way that I'm going to treat somebody who's the CEO. Just be respectful, honest, nice, and polite. You're not better than anybody. You're not worse than anybody. Just be normal. This isn't like some sort of like good thing. It's just being fucking normal.
So like, damn, that was pretty bad.
As mentioned, she was plain disrespectful during her podcast with Offset, leading him to respond with similar energy.
You need a little bit of seasoning. You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing.
This is the meme that I was saying before, right? How she's playing the basic bitch white girl, and like she's playing this meme up. That's clearly what's going on, right? And like he's playing into it, everybody's playing into it. It's just that the shtick gets older. It gets old after a while, right? It just does.
You pull it off, and then you serve the dish.
It seemed this was where many people quit watching Bobbi's show, aided by full podcast episodes that were just promoting products. In the process, she'd also change her appearance, leading to criticism.
Who the fuck? Why are you wearing a chain? You interview rappers. You're not a rapper. What is this?
Enough for Bobbi to respond.
I am so tired of all of the comments of people saying she ruined her face. The only thing I have done to my face is that I have a little bit of filler in my upper lip, okay? I do not have cheek filler.
In a different video, she talked about getting other...
I've never seen a girl get filler in her lips that makes her look better. Every time I see them do that, I'm just like, what are you doing that for? Real? Like, yeah. I just hope girls know that, like, the kind of guys that... The only reason why guys want you to get lip filler is so they can imagine you sucking their dick. So, like, unless you want to, you know, play into some dude's fantasy about you sucking his dick, then just don't do it. I feel like everybody, like, are we really in a place where we just can't even say what it is now? I feel like we got so many problems nowadays. You nailed it. Yeah, that's just the way it is. It's the same. I say ASMR is a dick sucking simulator. Everybody knows that. We all know that. But you can't say it. I have fish lips. Good for you. Good for you. I'm happy. I have fish lips too.
Procedures.
I went in to get my zit injected and I left with Botox in my forehead, which, you know,
why you get Botox in your forehead? Why you do that? Isn't she 41, 42 fucking years old? She's like, oh, she's 27? Wait, but then where did 42 come from? 27? So, wait, hold up. So she's 27 getting this shit on her face? Wait, hold up. Yeah, no, you're right. What about her being in debt? What happened to that? It's preventative, actually, not bad for you? I think that people that go and do stuff like this, the reason why people think that it's weird is that you are preventing something that everybody is going to have to deal with, which is aging. You are going to age. It feels, it's like swabbing the decks on the Titanic. It's gonna happen. And if you want to know the kind of girls that, you know, that they get really old and they're still attractive, it's the ones that are a little bit crazy, they're into crystals, they like yoga, and they do very light drugs. Those are the ones that, like, can still be 55 and be hot. It's not the ones that are getting all of these fucking fillers on so they can look like a goddamn lizard or a blow-up doll. That's the facts. So true, yeah. They believe in horoscopes, exactly. They don't have wrinkles because they're not stressed, because they know the crystals that they have in their house are going to prevent them from having anything bad happen. There it is.
And that's normal. I had lines here. I also didn't like that this would crease so much and I'd smile, so I got under eye filler. So I got Botox injected right here.
Which perhaps unfairly...
Damn, so she just got herself made up, huh? That's nuts. Oh, crystals actually work? Nah, but you want to know another reason why? I'll tell y'all this. You want to know another reason why girls that are into crystals are usually hot? It's because everybody knows it's fucking retarded, but there is no guy that wants to tell him that because he doesn't want to ruin his chances. So, like, the hotter the girl is, the more probability that there is that she's into stupid shit because nobody wants to tell her that it's wrong. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, you just follow the logic. You just think about it. Just think about it, guys.
Has only led to even more hate. Her 15 minutes are up. Bye, Bobbi.
That's right.
I am so tired of Bobbi. Get off the internet, boring.
This is what I was saying before about how people like to bring you up and they love to bring you down. They love it.
Last couple of months, however, have been even worse. For starters, the style of the podcast has changed. The dry, sarcastic humor has become normal conversation, and all the awkward, quiet moments are often removed in editing. Strangely, however, this only makes it even more awkward and less entertaining, as it feels like any other
What are you dressed like this for? What are you doing? How do you do this? This is another reason why I think, like, this is a reason why I think nobody liked Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris, but people like Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a disconnected, fucking multi-billionaire, real estate mogul, scumbag asshole from New York City. And he never pretends to be anything else. Never. He doesn't put on an accent to talk to people. He doesn't code switch or anything like that. He can be in a room full of world leaders or a room full of rappers or a room with, you know, hey guys, welcome to the feast of the White House. It's McDonald's. And you can tell he's actually happy about this. Like, this isn't some kind of like weird joke. No, he loves McDonald's. Here it is, guys. Fuck yeah. Isn't this great? America. He's a real one. And meanwhile, you got people like Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton switching up their fucking accents so they can talk to people. Well, guess what? Everybody can see that shit is fake. Everybody can see it's fucking fake. And it's annoying. It's so annoying. Surely Trump is truthful. I'm telling you, like, but what I'm saying, you might not like Trump, but you got, like, the thing, if you can't acknowledge good things about people you don't like, well, then you're never going to really understand them. Bitches are fake most of the time. It's just facts. Oh, God. Right. For sure, man. For sure. Yeah, hoes mad, right?
Podcast.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so young.
I'm a baby still.
Wait, I didn't realize you were so young. I thought we were the same age. Now I feel really old.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
You're not really old.
Jesus, yeah, she's really old. Wow, 26 years old? Oh my God. That's super old.
This entire interview feels
Wait, hag maxing already? I thought that wasn't until like 30. Yeah, I feel like 30 is the hag max age, right? Like girls become when do what age do girls become hags? Yeah, all right, y'all need to stop. You just fucking stop. Let's move on.
They are making small talk while waiting for something. She'd also do an episode with Dax Flame in which she was way ruder than any other podcast.
What is something fun that makes interviewing someone fun for you?
Just having good conversation.
Okay, yeah, I love good conversation.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell.
This genuinely was not even an interview. This was like bullying the nice kid.
And it's just nah, bro. Like this all is just a like. What are we talking about here? Like this is it's a show. Like they're playing it. It's a bit. Like what are we talking? How do you, bro? This is like these are the people that are talking about. It's a script. Like how do you? This is like people that are like, I can't believe the Undertaker did that. You know, where's Steve Austin? He needs to come in here and set things straight. These new guys think they run the ring. They don't run the ring. Where's Austin 316? How do you think this shit is real? How you be so fucking stupid? I can't believe this. What's wrong with these people?
Feel horrible in any way. Then 2 months ago, she did this video here, which judging by the dislike ratio was yet another doozy.
And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided
Nah,
that
you want to make money doing OnlyFans. Nobody wants to watch somebody make money from a fucking podcast. It's fucking annoying.
Like at least 300 a year on her podcast alone.
It's
And I was
dumb.
like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual.
Yeah.
Toward the start of her career,
Well,
Bobbi
no, I mean, like, I've said this before, and the problem is that all problems with this person come down to two things: charisma and authenticity. People think that she's fake and they don't like her. That's the reason. That's it. I've said many times, like, you know, it's like, why are we doing a sponsor? For money. Money, money, money. I showed people, like, here's an example. Like, I showed my my earnings from my Twitch recently. There's a lot of money. I didn't get a bunch of people saying weird shit like this. No, because it's the fake fucking personality. There's nothing wrong with making money. It's fucking weird. Of course there's nothing wrong. I started streaming to make money. Everybody says, oh, I stream for fun? Yeah, maybe now I do. Back then I didn't. Fuck no, I needed money. So me and McConnell got along. Next time he goes live, you know what the title's going to be? Rent's due.
joked. Not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world. But it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on
How
a
many
life.
chains? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is nuts. Where is he? Give me a minute. We gotta find this. Fuck. She's wearing more shit than he is. Mark Cuban is a fucking billionaire. And he's dressed like he's in an Abercrombie and Fitch commercial. He's just dressed like he's out on the beach. This dude's worth billions of dollars. Even Drake's only even they have two at the most, and she's got 4? Come on. It's too fucking many.
Not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world. But it seems that's now doozy.
I think it's
And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I mentally decided that she made like at least 300 a year on her podcast alone. And I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
I saw how much someone made and thought, that's what I need to do. Wow, what a passionate and inspiring individual. Toward the start of her career, Bobbi joked, not more money though, and that's all that matters in the world.
Not more money though. And that's all that matters. And okay, that's fine.
But it seems that's now her actual philosophy.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong journey to get money. I love
money's nice.
It's amazing.
Ever since doing the
That's sad. That's so sad. You care so much about money. It's so sad, bro. Like, it really is. I just, like, it's weird. It's so sad. It is. Like, who cares? People want money. The thing is that, like, when you ask people why do people want money, that's what's important. Like, if you want money because you want to be able to buy a new car because your car's fucked, you right. You want money, it'll make you happy. But the issue is that there are people that they don't want more money to meet necessities. They want more money so people think that they have money. It's completely a fucking ego thing. We're not like financial anxiety, of course, but we're not talking about that. Jesus, this ego, it's annoying. It's weird.
interview, Bobbi's viewership has significantly slowed. Her reputation is far from perfect, whilst her interview style has simply gone stale.
It's just stale. Yeah, it's boring. It's the same shit that we've seen 100 fucking times. Like, you do the same meme with the same shit, the same time, over and over. It's just weird, man, especially whenever you have a kid. Was that Mac Miller? It probably was, yeah. They want money for the sake of money. 15-year-old kids want millions of dollars by default, all or nothing. Of course, everybody wants to be rich, right? It's not a big deal. It has heavy diminishing returns with happiness and success. It's people like this, like, you don't dress. What are we doing? What is this? God damn, bro. Like, the Queen of England wore less drip than this. Stop it, man. It's fucking embarrassing. Really? What are we talking about? She gone out? Yes, it's so weird. Weird flex? I know. The chains and everything like that. Like, people, like, to me, this is the thing, right? Is like, I mean, things have been, like, you know, it's been a good 5 or 6 years to be me. Let's just say that. I'm not impressed when somebody says they spent $100 on some bullshit like this. That's not impressive to me. Like, I don't get impressed by this. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, wow. Oh my God. You spent a lot of money on something you're wearing it. Oh, what? Oh my God. Duck faces. Yeah, getting plastic surgery and shit like this. Like, why do you care? The reason why I care is because I think that people are pursuing a reality that is a mirage. They are pursuing happiness that is a mirage. And I think that for 99% of people, many of these things don't make them happy. Now, I have a couple of friends, you know them, that they love to spend money on really expensive shit, and it does actually seem to make them happy. But the majority of people, it doesn't. It does not. It's not it. Yeah, it's just not. It's weird, bro. Like, last podcast episode. Let me see where it's at. Where's her podcast? Let's see. I'll look real quick, and I'll link you all the video. This is a really good video. Give it a like, man. Like, this is Sunny. I watch Sunny's videos all the fucking time. I think they're amazing. Yeah, she watched her husband become a millionaire and wanted it all to herself, but didn't want to work. She already had it. They were married. They were married. She was fucking rich. She was a fucking million. Like, everything was fine. That's it. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's... Is she dumb? Yeah, it's like, what my point is that, like, a lot of people, they try to think, and this is especially true of people that get popular. Like, I've seen this, like, maybe it's personal with me, so I feel strongly about it. But I've seen a lot of people that get popular and then they want to find a way. Like, a lot of people want to show off to the people that maybe doubted them whenever they were younger. That, like, oh, well, like, I can do it. I'm going to be real. I have never been like that. Like, in, like, second, third grade, my teacher's telling me, like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. You need to learn cursive. I said, bitch, shut the... Like, you ever seen a computer? You think I'm going to need cursive? Shut... Who the fuck are you? And so now, if I'm successful, I never even think about that. I don't need to show off. Because, like, here's the thing. Is, like, if you want to be this person in order to prove people wrong, do you know what you're doing? You're letting them control you. Because now you're not acting and behaving out of what you want to do. You're doing it to prove them wrong. And when you prove somebody wrong, that person controls you. Nah, bro, like, I'm not about that. Like, all the people, like, in high school, middle school, there were a lot of people that didn't like me, okay? And I'm going to be honest, a lot of them were right. But the fact is, I never think about proving my... I don't need to flex on somebody. What the hell is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what is this? It's weird. You just quoted NBA Youngboy? Did I? I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, that's the way I feel. If NBA Youngboy said that, W Youngboy, he's right. That's it. You could at least wear a chain. I'm not going to wear a fucking chain. Why'd I wear a fucking chain? Yeah, no, absolutely not. Game Awards start time. It's in a couple hours. We're going to get into it pretty soon. Yeah, what a weird way to think. So being yourself, wearing and doing whatever you want because a deep-rooted problem you have with others' image of you, I highly doubt that's always the case. I think it usually is, and I've known a lot of people that are like that. Like, every single person that I know that, like, gets really into, like, trying to act a certain way, they do that because of some insecurity. I really think so. I do. And maybe I'm being judgmental, and I'm not always right, but I think that I'm right enough to say it's a general reality. Yeah, for sure. But of course, there are going to be exceptions with everything. But I'm saying, like, on a general level, that's absolutely fucking true. Yeah, stay true to yourself. Yeah, just be yourself. Like, fuck. And if you don't like yourself, then change it. It's so easy. But some people just don't understand. They just don't get it. And I don't think that they ever will. I'll be honest. I really don't. I feel like this is the, this is just how it's going to go. Now, you should make a gold Cuban link chain. I just look, I'm going to be real. I've never really been into any sort of looking a certain way. Like, basically, this is what happened with me, right? This is a bit of a personal story. Is that, so I really cared about what people thought about me. I did. I cared so much about people what thought about me. I went to high school. I went to, like, an expensive high school with a lot of white people in it, right? And so I went to the high school and I saw the people that were there. I said, these people are losers. I don't want to be like them. I don't fit in with them. I don't like them. This is not me. I thought this was me. It's not me. And then I got transferred. I went to my other high school and, like, everybody was like me. I never gave a fuck about what people thought about me ever again. You are white? I mean, you know, like, we don't need to get into that. But anyway, so yeah, I did the same shit. No, yeah, I'm not like the other boys. Well, it's not that I wasn't like them. I thought I was, and I just didn't really, I thought it was weird. Yeah, I thought it was fucking weird. That's it. How do you sign your name without cursive? With, like, the pharmacy, I go like this. And it usually is about the same every time. I tried drawing a dick once to see if they would take it. They did. Yeah, I drew a dick. But because somebody said you could do it and they would take it. I said, can they really? And so I went to the pharmacy. I did it. I signed my name as a dick, and they didn't even know. They had no idea. Yeah, that's it. They don't care. Done plenty of dicks. Yeah, exactly. Cursive's very helpful though. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's helpful for something. I just don't know what it is.